Shalom Israel. When the start was by giving all praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, double O's apostle GMS, and honors to you brothers that are doing the work in truth while sincerity. I saw this art this basically this section here on a newspaper on my way home from work, and it basically made me think of certain things with scripture. Right? So I'll just read it to you quickly. It says Daniel John. So the backstory is there was a train crash yesterday, yada yada yada. Tram crash to be more accurate. But it says Daniel John 25 from New Addington said she would normally catch the tram to go to her job. Says, but because a young daughter Tia too has flu and needed to be comforted through the night, she slept through her alarm. That's spiritual because my alarm is just going off right now. And that's basically the premise of this whole story because it's the spiritual things, because certain times we forget how spiritual things are. So I mean, she said that's the first time she'd ever overslept in over 2 years, right? Which made me basically want to go into this thing about the Lord controls the issues of life and death, right? And the very fact that the Lord put this, she must have been cursed, man. Oh man, why has my daughter got flu now? I got to look after. I got work in the morning. You know how these things are. Little did she know that that was for her own salvation. And the thing is, there's been plenty of times where that's happened to you, and you might not even know. Something might for instance, I remember was driving once. Brother was driving me, to go pick up another brother, and then literally all we had to do was turn right. But the sat nav made us take the long way, and then at the time you're thinking like, what the fuck? But then when you actually think about it, that might have been the Most High really just guiding you away from a particular situation, right? But let me go into scriptures, just to go and make the point that I want to make, because this is Wisdom 16 and 13. So, for thou hast power of life and death, thou leadest to the gates of hell and bringest up again, right? So the Most High is the one in control of life and death. All you can do really is pray. That's what you really can't be scared of anything, man. All you can do is pray that you will go, that you do go about your day okay. That's the most that we can do in this kingdom. Because if the Most High wants it so, we can be taken out like that in an instant, man. It says Sirach 11 and 14 says, prosperity and adversity, life and death, poverty and riches come of the Lord. Right, so everything comes of the Lord, whether we deem it good or we deem it bad. Once again, I'll go back to this. This woman here would have been complaining, thinking, God damn, this kid, man, now I'm going to be tired for work. Little did she know that, that kid just saved her life, really and truly, for a more gruesome death, because if she ain't of the elect, then we already know what the judgment is. If she ain't, sanctioned to be saved, then it's peak for her. This is First Samuel 2 and 6 is the Lord Yahweh killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. Once again, reiterating the point that the Lord is the one, in control of the issues of life and death, right? But to be more pertinent to the times that we're in, right? This is Revelations 2 and 10 says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. And that's why I'm kind of going into this. Fear none of these things, right? Because if the Most High wants it so that you die, you'll die. They start us like wrong tab. They start the what do you call it? They start the article, the picture of this geezer here, man, about how he was on the train. The Lord put the spirit on him to make it on the train in time. To be one of the 7 people to actually die. Right, it says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. And that's not a literal 10 days. That's a metaphorical. It says, be thou faithful unto death, and I'll give you the crown of life, right? Because basically, if we have faith, man, then you died, then you just know that that was the plan the Most High had for you, man. The Lord said He will never test you beyond your means. Therefore, if you've got to be put to death for the thing, that just meant that you could take it, man. But what does the scripture say? If a man die, shall he live again? If I let me get that, after this, it says, be thou faithful unto death, right? If that's your lot, that's your lot. There's nothing you can do to change that. if you feel like taking the chip is going to somehow change you living or done, then you're greatly mistaken. There's nothing that you can do rather other than just live out this life. That's Job somewhere, I believe. Job 14:14. If a man die, shall he live again? All the days of my appointed time will I wait till my change come. Right? Job and the prophets of old, the apostles that were with Yahushua, they understood reincarnation. People these days, that's far-fetched to them. Right? But what you see here is, if a man die, shall he live again? Of course. But with that, Lord will, you've been edifying, and I'm going to say shalom.